Good morning, my sweet nieces and nephews. We're going to read some more from Sopa Fudge. Hope you're doing good this morning. Sick of being at home? I know I am. So, where we left off, we were at the end of chapter 1, and the last words were, "I'm running away," I told him, "but I'll come back to visit someday." "No, Peter! Don't go!" Fudge jumped off his chair and ran to me. He grabbed my leg and started bawling. "Peter, Peter, take me with you!" I tried to shake him off my leg, but I couldn't. He can be really strong. I looked at my mother and father. Then I looked down at Fudge. He gave me the same look as Turtle when he's begging for a biscuit. If only I knew for sure what the baby would be like, I said. "Take a chance, Peter," Dad said. "The baby won't necessarily be anything like Fudge. But he won't necessarily be not like him either," I answered. Fudge tugged at my leg. I was an interesting baby," I sighed. "If you think it's going to sleep in my room, you're crazy," I told Mom and Dad. "The baby was sleeping here," Mom said, "in the dining area." "Then where are we going to eat?" I said. "Oh, I think we'll think of something," Mom said. I put my Adidas bag down and tried shaking Fudge off one more time. "Okay," I said, "I'll stay for now. But when the baby comes, if I don't like it, I'm leaving." "Who wants dessert?" Oh, wait, I skipped a paragraph. "I'm leaving." "Me too," Fudge said. "Sam got a new baby, and it smells. P.U. "Who wants dessert?" Dad smiled. "It's vanilla pudding." I do," Fudge yelped. Jim's out there cutting the Lariope. I do," Fudge yelped, and he let go of me and climbed into his chair. "Peter," Dad said. "Sure, why not?" And I sat down at the table too. Mom reached over and tousled my hair. This time, I let her. I think Peter's feeling better about having this new baby in his home, don't you? Chapter 2 is called Coochie Coo. Before the end of the week, I think I better wear my glasses. I've made a few mistakes. Coochie Coo. Before the end of the week, Fudge asked the big question. "How did that baby get inside you, Mommy?" So Mommy borrowed a copy of How Babies Are Made, and she read it to Fudge. As soon as he had the facts straight, he was telling anybody and everybody exactly how Mom and Dad had made the baby. He told Henry, our elevator operator. Henry smiled and said, "That's a mouthful for such a small fry as you." He told the checker at the supermarket. Her eyes got bigger and bigger. "That's enough, Fudgy," said Mom. "But I'm just getting the good part," said Fudgy. "Peter," Mom said, "it's getting warm in here. Why don't you take Fudge outside?" He saw a pregnant woman on the bus and said, "I know what's growing inside you, and I know how it got there, too." The woman got up and changed her seat. He told Grandma. She said to my mother, "Ann, do you think it's wise for him to know so much? In my days, we talked about the stork." "What's a stork?" Fudge asked. "It's a big bird," I told him. "Like Bigfoot on Sesame Street?" Not exactly." "I like birds," Fudge said. "I want to be one when I grow up." "You can't be a bird," Grandma said. "Why not?" "'Cause you're a boy." "So what?" Fudge said, and he laughed like a crazy person and turned somersaults on the floor. Fudge never stopped talking about his favorite subject. He told his nursery school class his teacher was so impressed she phoned and asked Mom to come to school. The children had a lot of questions for her, so Mom went to Fudge's class and enjoyed it so much she offered to come to my class too. I told her no thanks. No. I had told everyone she was going to have a baby except his best friend, Jimmy Fargo. I tell him just about everything. And Sheila Tubman knew too, because she lives in our building and could see that Mom was pregnant. And I think you've read Sheila the Great, Sam, so you remember Sheila Tubman next door to Peter and Fudgy. She's very old to be having a baby, isn't she? Sheila asked one afternoon. She's 34, I said. Sheila opened her mouth. Oh, she's really old. She's not old as your mother, I said. I had no idea how old Miss Tubman was, but Sheila's sister Libby was 13, so I guess Miss Tubman was older than Mom. But you don't see my mother having a baby, do you? Sheila said. No, but I couldn't think of anything else to say. I didn't understand what she was getting at anyway. When I went upstairs, I asked my mom, isn't 34 old to be having a baby? I don't think so, Mom said. Why? Just wondering, I said. Grandma had Aunt Linda when she was 38. Oh, so my mother wasn't the oldest woman in the world to be having a baby. And Sheila didn't know what she was talking about as usual. On February 26th, while my 5th grade class was on a trip to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, my sister was born. Later, I found out that she was born at exactly 2:04 in the afternoon, just when we were in the Egyptian room studying the mummies. They named her Tamara Roxanne, but for weeks everybody just called her the baby. How's my little Tootsie Wootsie? They'd say those dumb things, as if the baby could answer. Does my little Tootsie Wootsie need to be changed? Yes, almost always. I've lost my place. There we go. Yes, almost always. And Mom's little Tootsie Wootsie never slept more than 2 hours at a time. Every night I'd wake up to her howls. Turtle, who slept at the foot of my bed, woke up too. Then he'd howl along with her, a regular duet. By the time she was 1 month old, everybody was calling her Tootsie. Right away, I could see that there would be problems. I tried to warn my mother and father. When she goes to school with a name like that, the kids are going to tease her. They'll call her Tootsie Roll or worse. Mom and Dad just laughed. Oh, Peter, you're so funny. Only I wasn't being funny at all. I knew what I was talking about. But there was nothing I could do about it, and I had a brother called Fudge. And now I had a sister called Tootsie. Maybe what my parents really wanted was a candy factory. I wondered how come I got off so easy, being called Peter instead of something weird. Tootsie was much smaller than I'd expected, but she was tough. I found that out when Fudge tried to pull off her shoes. I just wanted to see what would happen, he explained when Tootsie screamed. You must never do that again, Mother told him. How would you like it if Peter tried to pull your toes? I couldn't help but laughing at that one. Peter knows my toes don't come off, Fudge said. Well, neither do Tootsie's, Mother said. One afternoon when I came home from school, Tootsie wasn't in her crib. I figured Mom was feeding her, so I went to the bedroom to say hello. Mom was lying on her bed with her hands over her eyes. Hi, I said. Where's Tootsie? In her crib asleep, she muttered. No, she's not. Of course she is. I just put her down a few minutes ago. I looked in her crib, and I'm telling you, she's not there. Mom took her hands away from her face. What are you saying, Peter? Mom, Tootsie's not in her crib. That's all I'm saying. Mom jumped up. Where is she? We both ran down the hall to the area where we used to eat. Mom looked in the crib, but Tootsie wasn't there. Oh, no. She's been kidnapped. Who'd want her? As soon as I said it, I was sorry. Call the police, Peter said. Call the police, Peter, Mom said. No, wait, call Dad first. No, call the police. Dial 911. Wait a minute, Mom, I said. Where's Fudgy? Fudge, he's in his room, I guess. He was listening to records when I put Tootsie down for a nap. Records. Y'all probably don't even know what records are because you listen to music other ways. She looked thoughtful for a minute. You don't think... We raced down to Fudge's room. He was sitting on the floor, playing with his matchbox cars, listening to Puff the Magic Dragon on his record player. Where's Tootsie, Mom said. Tootsie? Fudge asked, sounding a lot like me when I'm trying to get out of answering a question. Yes, Tootsie. She's hiding, Fudge said. What are you talking about? We're playing a game, Fudge told her. Who's playing a game, Mom asked. Us, Fudgy said, me and Tootsie. Tootsie can't play. She's too young for games. But I help her. I help her hide. I help her hide. Fudge, Mom said. I could tell that in another minute she's going to let him have it. Where is Tootsie? I can't tell. She'll be mad. Just as my mother was about to explode, I had an idea. Let's play hot and cold, I said to Fudge. You follow me, and when I get close to Tootsie, you say hot. And when I get far away from her, you say cold. Get it? I'm going to leave off there, and I'll read more of it today, but I don't know if I can load up this whole 11 minutes and 23 seconds. I'd love to hear from you guys. Could you read me a story on the video? I bet you could. Love you.